Grand rising, grand rising. People be tripping. They be tripping. They be tripping. But, all praise be to the Most High Living One. Don't serve nothing that. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ragadash, Barakatah. Let's see. Keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. People be worried about how they look. How they look. How do you feel? You know what I mean? Keep it real. How do you feel? You know what I mean? I don't give a damn how I look. I know how I feel. I know how I feel most of the time. You know what I mean? Unless someone come around and get me down because of how they feel. Maybe because it's how they look. You know what I mean? I don't know. You look like you feel. Yeah. Hey, look. I look in the mirror. I don't really care. You know what I mean? What are you looking at me for? Type of thing. Do you know how I feel? Are you gonna ask me that? Hey man, you look good. Yeah, thank you, man. You doing okay? You alright over there? You know what I mean? Type of thing. I ain't saying, and that's to any individual, and I have to take it personal because it don't matter how you look. How do you feel? You know what I mean? You can look good. You can look good, absolutely beautiful. You're gorgeous, I see. Hey, you're a handsome guy. You know what I mean? You might not be at the front of the pack, but you ain't at the back, I say, my brother, my sister. Right? Let me stop joking. But yeah, you look good, right? But you feel bad. Maybe you want to do bad things. So what's looking good? How does spirit look? That's hey, you got a soul in there. Do you feel me, brother, sister? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Everything that glitter ain't gold. Trust me when I say so. I don't think about the carnal things. I definitely don't think about this. I think about the body, but I don't think about it that much. It's the flesh. It's flesh. But I think about my spirit. I communicate with my own spirit. You're damn right I do. Are you okay in there? Are you all right? I know you've been through some things, but you helped me make it through. All praise be to my Lord Yahweh Shah. He that's in you is greater than he that's in the world. Let me say that again. Let me say it slow. He that's in you is greater than he that's in the world. What's in the world? Flesh and bone. Can you see the spirit and soul? Can you grab a hold of it? Hey, see. Wisdom. Wonderful she is. Wonderful she is. Knowledge. And above all that getting, get understanding of line upon line, precept upon precept. Things that were told aforetime for our time, for our life. You know what I mean? They say life is in the DNA. It's in the DNA. It's in the blood. In the blood. The Father say life is in the blood. And it's the breath, too. The breath he gives us. The breath of raw. You know how you say, you feel it, or you don't. And if you don't feel it, then that means you're without and not within. Because then cut off. You might be doing 2/3. I don't know. I hope I ain't 2/3. I'm gonna be 2/3. Ain't 3/5 neither. I'm the whole kid and caboodle. Though I ain't, don't try to F me. I ain't, so don't try to F me. We ain't gonna have none of that. Rise up, stand up, dry bones live. I say, can you raise the dead? Can you raise the dead? I don't, they ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing. You notice that when you go around people, they ain't saying much of nothing. When you go around people, they ain't saying most of nothing, includes the phone. Like, right now, I must admit, yeah, I'm on the phone, man. I'm talking to the universe, talking to the world, you know what I mean? Talking to the galaxies. I'm talking to the other dimensions. I'm talking to the heavens, if you understand, on earth as it is in heaven, on earth as it is in heaven. Oh, praise be to you. power. You know, I say, my Lord, I say it again, Yahweh Shah, Yasharala. You know, they say, you eating the same thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, but what are you doing? What are you doing? And again, how do you feel? Do you feel like you look or do you look like you feel? Keep it real. Think about it for a moment or not. Go on about your day. You know, stand in your power and authority that the Father has given thee. You know what I mean? He gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? But if you come around me and you know, trying to flex, you know what I mean? And then you got stuff on your chest and you're trying to get it off with me, and it's sad. Like, that's weird. I don't even know you. You know, you know, depart, depart, for I never knew you. I can say it is written. They say, the works I do, you shall do them in greater. Do you have doubt? Do you have doubt? And just say, wake up from that deep slumber. If I can reach anybody and say, hey, you're a living, breathing being. For now, you're a living, breathing being. For now. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows the time of hour? Praise be, though, you know, again, have a day, you know, it may not be gloomy if it ain't meant to be, but if it's meant to be, hey, Father, you know, let the sky crack open. Let me see some chariots, man. Let me see some war of the world. Is that what it is? I mean, everybody likes stuff like that. I mean, we make movies about it. I mean, what's the problem? And they come to reality. What happens in reality too? Yeah, damn. You know, laser beams. You know, technology. What do we do with it? Murder. You know what I say? Unalive. Delete. You know. That one's obsolete over there. We don't need him. Hey, it could be an anointed one. He could have made his election sure. He's been studying, you know, since a young whippersnapper. You may think he's wet behind the ears, but he might hold the key to your salvation. My Lord, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.